You know that quiet moment after leaving a conversation, when you replay every word, every pause, every glance, long after the other person has stopped thinking about it. You catch yourself wondering if you said the wrong thing, if your tone was off, or if your presence even mattered. Sometimes it hits immediately. Other times, it creeps in hours later, uninvited, and you find yourself trapped in a loop that feels impossible to step out of. Most people never notice this pattern, or when they do, they mislabel it. They call it insecurity. They suggest overconfidence or social awkwardness. And while those labels might stick superficially, they don't come close to capturing what's actually happening. What you feel in those moments isn't weakness. It's not a flaw. It's a way your mind and body have learned to navigate the world, quietly, persistently, and often without permission. What we're really talking about here are people who overthink every social interaction, often without realizing it. Those who replay, revise, and reimagine each encounter in vivid detail, sometimes exhausting themselves before the next conversation even begins. There's more going on here than people realize, more than simple self-consciousness. This is a behavior rooted deep in the brain, intertwined with experience, and shaped by the subtle architecture of how you learn to relate to others. From a psychological perspective, overthinking isn't random. The brain is constantly trying to predict, plan, and protect. Neuroscience tells us that your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and decision-making, is hyperactive in these moments. It's running simulations, asking, "What if?" over and over. At the same time, your amygdala, the part that responds to perceived threat, is tuned to detect social risk. It's not alarmed in the sense of panic. It's alert, scanning for cues that something might go wrong. This isn't weakness. It's heightened sensitivity, an evolved mechanism designed to keep you safe in unpredictable social landscapes. Behavioral science shows that people who replay social scenarios are often the same people who notice small details as children. A friend's subtle frown, a parent's sigh, a teacher's passing glance. Over time, your nervous system internalizes these cues, learning that subtle shifts in tone, expression, or gesture could matter. What seems like rumination now was once adaptation, a strategy to anticipate and respond to social dynamics. You learned early that attentiveness could prevent friction, or at least reduce uncertainty. It's easy to feel isolated in this experience because society tends to celebrate spontaneity and effortless charm. People who speak without thinking or laugh without self-editing are praised. But different people are wired differently. Some navigate social spaces intuitively, others navigate them analytically. Neither is better, neither is worse. It's not about right or wrong. It's simply about how your brain interprets and responds to the world. There's a subtle paradox here. Overthinking can feel exhausting and heavy, yet it often comes with a quiet strength. Because you notice nuance that others miss, you can empathize deeply, anticipate reactions, and prepare for complexity. But there's also a cost. While your mind maps every possible outcome, your body carries tension. Your attention, once protective, can become entangling. You may miss moments because your inner critic is already at work rewriting them. The depth of your awareness is both a gift and a weight, often at the same time. It's worth recognizing that this isn't a preference, a choice, or a flaw to fix. It's a survival strategy your mind developed over time, shaped by subtle environmental cues and repeated experiences. The overthinking that sometimes feels like a burden is also an expression of your brain's capacity to detect patterns, anticipate consequences, and care about connection. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive or too cautious. You are attentive to what matters, sometimes more than you even realize. Your experience, as draining as it can be, is deeply human. It reflects the complex, layered way you've learned to move through relationships and spaces that are often unpredictable. That same vigilance can make you a careful friend, a thoughtful partner, a considerate colleague.